We're going to be the first public institution in the state of Missouri to have the Visa Proxy.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious pneumonia outbreak.
And let's have two of the biggest wins in this building in a long, long time.
At least 6 people have died in an outbreak of the new coronavirus, which has now reached the United States.
And the Griffins upset the 10th-ranked Fort Hays State Tigers.
Kobe Bryant died earlier this afternoon in Los Angeles in a helicopter crash.
At this point, Americans should not worry for their own safety.
I know, I've heard that to let you feel sure is the only way to make friendships grow, but I'm too afraid now. Yeah. I put my arm around so you
Missouri Western has done it. They have upset the number 18 team in the country in the first half. Pass down low for Alex.
We are all on the same ride right now.
20th win this season. They're in the semifinals for the first time in 10 years.
Fear and frustration as the coronavirus spreads across the U.S. New deaths on both coasts.
Took extra innings to get here, but it was worth it.
The holster up in the air, and it will drop in fair territory. Western is going to walk off.
We have yet to win one of those really close ballsy ball games, and that we did.
The fans here in the arena don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. Both teams have gone back to the locker room.
The NBA is suspending the season.
Today, the World Health Organization officially announced that this is a global pandemic.
But the NCAA came out canceling the men's and women's college basketball tournaments. There will be no March Madness in 2020. It's not just basketball, though. It is all remaining winter and spring championships.
I mean, we were literally loading our bus and getting ready to head to Lincoln. And Coach Bagley comes to us and says, listen, guys, we need to take the weekend. Like, this thing is starting to get a little out of control. It's not over yet. We still have a season. We just have to take the weekend off. And then within 3 hours after that, we meet up in the JISC at like 8 o'clock at night, and she says, it's over, we're done.
From pulling a softball team off a bus at 3:45 and no games, no organized practices, no activities. That was as of 11 p.m. last night. We are in total shutdown and prep mode, and that's indefinite. I don't see a path to continuing a season.
It's sad because nobody really thought it was going to get to this. I think that's the part that is probably a shock for your teams, that they would come to this so quickly.
All the way to the end, it's just kind of got taken away from us.
Yeah, I'd rather roll over into a 6-4-3 double play and the season be over than just have it be over the way it is and career over. So, knowing it's not just us, it's every senior out there.
Yeah, I just wanted to walk through graduation.
It's just crazy to me. Every sport's affected, beyond sports.
More of the country is closing down tonight.
Many flights overseas have been canceled.
I'm from Norway, but it's scary because I want to stay here. I want to be here with everyone. I don't want to leave. Because if I don't go home now, I don't know when I'm going to be able to go home. When am I going to see my family again? Is it going to be months? I don't know.
Store shelves nationwide are dwindling or totally empty.
And the University of Wyoming is a place that's dear to my heart. And when you make decisions based on family, they're different.
Without question, Will Martin earned this opportunity through his 2 years here, and we are all in on his vision for that.
I made it abundantly clear in my interviews that I do not have all the answers. I don't. It's going to take a lot of help from everybody to keep this thing going.
It's scary and crazy times and a lot of unknowns. We definitely feel that here. Everything changes on a daily basis, rules.
We aren't allowing any visitors inside the hospital anymore.
The social distancing is flattening the curve.
Keep doing your part and we will get through this together. And as always, go Griffs.
Go Griffs.
Go Griffs.
Go Griffs.
Well, the NFL says they are announcing they intend to start their season on time.
Additionally, players informing owners they intend to show up on July 1st for a 60-game schedule.
The NBA is coming back July 31st.
College athletics starting to return to a form of normalcy.
We fully believe that we're as safe as we can be here, and people are fired up to be in return.
But that's the biggest thing as sports come back. Safety during the pandemic.
I think the biggest thing we've had to figure out is just what you can and can't do. It's been a really fluid situation since the get-go.
It probably brings you a lot more appreciation for the things you take for granted that can get wiped away from you like that.
And hey, it's not all about soccer. It's about life as well.
Today, the MIAA announced all sports practices will be delayed until the week of August 31st, and competition won't start until the week of September 28th.
Everybody seems like empty right now. You know, like, where are we? What are we going to do? How are things going to happen? You get that stripped away from you, man, it's tough. It's really, really tough. And I want to put it in their hands as soon as we possibly can.
Indy-based NCAA has canceled championships for all fall sports except football at the Division 1A level. They say not enough schools are planning to compete.
The Board of Governors also said, look, if you don't have half of the schools playing a sport, you can't have a legitimate championship.
It was made official today that the conference is suspending the fall sports season until 2021.
You know, a lot of opinion on is it the right decision. And if you want to look at right decisions are our student athletes that have been here since June 8th. We've had more than 100 that have done everything we've asked of them, that we've changed protocols, gotten stricter, done things that don't make sense, that put them out of anything they've done before, and they've done nothing but adjust and adapt. And when you put all those together, it makes this decision and what happened even more unfortunate. And frankly, it's not fair to our student athletes.
I can't put it into words what all the feelings are, because there's just so many different things going on. There are people dying every day. There are people who are going on about their days and making great contributions and still living life normally, and it's amazing that they're able to do so. And then there's athletes getting their seasons taken away.
Yeah, I love soccer. But you can't play forever. Best scenario is I get to be out there one more time. Just
There's a saying, you don't really know what you have till it's gone.
Sometimes it takes the harshest of reminders to open our eyes.
We are in a living history book right now.
Unprecedented chapters.
Unwritten pages.
And a new test every day.
A test without answers.
We all want to do more, because your chance will come.
Without a clear road ahead.
It's important to let history be our guide.
And now the Griffin defense has to come up big.
If we've learned anything from sports,
Can they get one last stop?
it's that we've all been down.
Mania Timpson's fouled out. They don't have any more players.
But never out.
I believed that was going to happen. I believed it was going to happen.
The Griffins are going to knock off the Bearcats. Here's the shotgun snap, Michael Hill. They came up. Touchdown, Griffins.
The Griffins come back from 20 down to beat number 3 Hayes. The record now 18-0.
One tournament, anything can happen.
Advance to their first ever national championship. What's happened since is nothing short of amazing. 13 wins in their final 14 games that started a 13-match winning streak, which brought a first ever MIAA championship.
In North America, it hasn't been as smooth. Health restrictions, testing issues have stalled efforts.
The MIAA's athletic directors met yesterday after the NCAA canceled fall championships.
Man coverage where this guy's having a chase and this guy's going to sit in the middle of the two.
The challenges we face now are much larger than any championship.
The health of this team, this program, this community, that's priority number one.
Get your space and let's go!
If things have to be done this way, they have to be done.
We have to be more disciplined, you feel me?
Yeah, that's what I want right there.
But history tells us
This great nation will endure.
That tough times don't last.
The hardest fight in your life is forcing yourself to change, to not accept what is.
Tough people do.
Tough people do.
tough people do.
We're winning because we get to practice right now.
With everything going on outside, you got to control what you control.
The schemes are going to get more intricate. And move on, try to make up for it.
It's just taught everybody how to read and adapt. I feel like that's the biggest thing you could take from an athlete right now.
It's really blurry right now. You just got to stay on the course because there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel.
And to come back stronger than ever together.
I want to say go, and when we do, it's going to be powerful.
And when that day comes,
We will be ready.
We'll 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 be ready. We'll be ready.
Nosotros estaremos preparados.
That bell will ring again at some point. We'll be ready.
We'll be ready. We'll be ready. We'll be ready. 我们会准备好的。
We'll be ready. We'll be ready.
Vi kommer vara redo. We'll be ready. We'll all be ready.
The big hurdle for us was testing and acquiring that because it wasn't going to happen in our county, nor should it. So we were able to partner with a third party through the help of some of our external supporters to make that a reality.
It's awesome to be the first to do it with the group that we have. 4 years ago, they were lacing up to be the first team to ever compete in Missouri Western history as a cross-country program, and now they're doing it again on a different front. The hope for the future of Griffin athletics and all of athletics, I feel like.
Never sleep again.
We are here. You guys understand? And we're getting ready to freaking compete.
In a year that's taken so much away, the fact that Griffin's found a way to get back to this point is significant.
And I really didn't think it was going to happen.
Because the week leading up to it was the most 2020 thing of 2020.
It was absolutely one of the craziest weeks I've ever been a part of.
Western entered this game so depleted along its offensive line that there was serious talk about not even playing. And that was before 3/5 of the defensive coaching staff, including the defensive coordinator, were lost due to COVID protocols.
Obviously, this has never happened. You know, the COVID, it's a whole nother ballgame.
We could also talk about the COVID tests themselves, which almost couldn't be processed in time because of wildfires in California. California is where the lab Western uses is located. That's a whole other story for a whole other day. The story for this day is how Griffin football still found a way. A season debut on Halloween at a Division I FCS school.
It is a football game here in 2020, and that's a win in itself, I think, right now.
There's a lot of teams that aren't playing that didn't get that experience.
Excuse me, it's Sam Webb. I beg your pardon. Here goes Sam Webb down the near sideline of the 20, 10-5, touchdown, Sam Webb. An 89-yard kickoff return. That's one way to electrify the crowd here.
Well, this year, 1 through 17 have to be ready.
Everybody has to be ready. You can be on scout team one day, you can be starting the next day.
And the unknown in this instance is the new, so much new, and the common denominator in the new is freshmen. Like so many freshmen. On Thursday in the opener, they all look like freshmen. And one-game winner.
Double team and scores with 4.7 to go. They don't have a timeout left. Here they come in transition. 2 seconds, 1 second at the buzzer. Missed layup, and the Griffins hang on. They hang on. They rally from 18 points down, and Missouri Western wins at 83-81.
It was so fun to play again. Haven't played a game since March.
This is the story of the justification of flow. 18 hours before Will Martin's first career win as a head coach in Oklahoma, an empty bus sat waiting in St. Joseph. The team supposed to be on the road 5 hours prior.
Then if we can get an early check-in,
Well, we haven't gotten our test results back. It's just that simple. Got tested on Monday.
No test results.
You see, the COVID lab in Lee Summit had a COVID outbreak, which delayed results of mandatory tests by 36 hours.
If there wasn't enough irony in 2020, there you go.
Get up, get on up, get up.
But the Griffins, their benches are now on the baseline, behind the baseline by the basket.
Welcome to 2020. How can we socially distance? How can we space out?
Griffins have 100, and Missouri Western improves their record to 3-0 on this season as they lead wire to wire and dominate the viewer.
We got 22 strong.
22 strong. They are off to their best conference start in 22 years.
Pass right side, Jaquelin Mays comes to the near side left, takes a three, and missed it long.
2 days after surrendering an 18-point halftime lead and suffering their first loss of the season at Pitt State.
As Missouri Western just walks off the court.
Q had a good shot at the end. Just know, you're going to get that shot again, man.
Q still dribbling. The clock is at 10 now. Q on a switch has it. 6 seconds. Jaquelin Mays, step back, foul line, jump shot. Got it! 2.4 left. Jaquelin Mays hits.
That's a tough shot to hit, and he hit it. And props to Q. I mean, that's huge.
Jenkins can run the baseline. He gets it into the near side for Scott. 1 second. Top of the key. It's off, and it is in. No good. In and out. But won a basketball game, and Missouri Western defeats Missouri Southern 88-86.
5-1 the record, and the first win in Joplin since January of 2006.
Redemption for Q Mays, and the Griffins bounce back.
This is the news that we've been waiting to hear. Pfizer and BioNTech reporting the first results from their phase 3 vaccine trial.
Tonight, at least 1.9 million Americans have received the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine that was authorized earlier this month.
Liv, can you catch and shoot right now? No, now you can. Put your dang left hand up.